need to make a living at it. But this, I think I'm going to make some money on. And I want it. It's not for everybody. My art is sort of peculiar. It's not for everybody. But for the people it's for, they're going to love it. You know, like there's some people who love, you ever see these electron microscope pictures of flies' heads, you know, with all this detail? You know what I'm talking about?
Hopefully, yeah, I get a little bit of what you're saying, but I don't think I've seen that.
Some people really enjoy looking at fine detail, lots of little things that changed and are there to look at. And some people don't like that kind of stuff. You know, they like a nice smooth thing or broad colors or something. But my stuff is incredibly highly detailed. And you can look at it for hours and never see all of it. And so for the people who like that kind of stuff, they're going to love my work. But it's, like I say, for people who don't like it, then they'll pass it by.
And what is it trying to communicate, or is it just that
it's just, it looks fantastic if that's the kind of stuff you like. That's all. You know, what's the good of going into the mountains and looking at the trees? There it is.
That's nature, and there. I mean, what's real and natural, right? I mean, feels like. But
this is no different. That's just that whole idea of natural and artificial is just a human distinction. What you have is some people don't like my stuff because it's done with a computer. They're more interested in how the image got created than what the image is itself. All they're concerned is about how did this image get created. They don't even care what the image itself looks like. And for me, I don't really give a shit how the thing got created. If it looks, if I like the way it looks, then I'm happy. You know, if a person did it, great. If a computer did it, equally great. I don't care. All I care about is the image itself.
But I understand your point.
Yeah, I mean, like you gave the example of being in the mountains. It's joy, basically, and this gives you joy, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. What I'm doing is more.
But I understand your point.
Do you know what an agate is? A rock, you know, a stone called agate.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, with all the patterns and squirty lines and stuff. When you look at an agate, a rough agate, when you dig them out of the ground, they don't look they don't look like anything. They just look like a crummy rock. You can see some colors maybe a little bit popping through here.
Have fun traveling the
world. Look like
world.
much. But if you know what you're doing, and you dig one up, and then you cut it and polish it, you end up with this miracle little beautiful product of the earth that's gorgeous. And what I'm doing is very similar. I'm sort of like a jeweler rather than an artist in the other sense.
Wish you the best always.
The rough agate is my original artwork. And then the AI is like
if you don't travel the world,
that and polishing it. And as you cut through on
you don't
the
travel in the summer,
you see different things. So it's exciting to do it because I never know what I'm going to get until you don't know what you're going to get until you cut the agate open. You know, and then you see what's in there, and someone who's done that all their life, they begin to understand how to cut, what angle to get the kind of stuff they want. You know, and so anyway, what I'm doing is very similar.
If you don't travel in the summer, I would love to invite you to my boat in Montrose Harbor. It's very peaceful.
Yeah. That's a really beautiful analogy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have fun traveling the world.
There's so much ego involved in art, you know, artists and their egos. But again, this isn't my creation. I discovered this stuff. This is the creation of Earth. It's not me, but what I do is I dig them up and then cut them and polish them and present them.
That sounds like
travel the world, bitch. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Threatens to put tariffs on the country, right?
I don't have no idea.
We're going to put 50% tariffs. You're going to be the 51st state of the United States. And I wish people would just kind of look back and look at history with him. he says that he makes a giant big deal about it, and then, oh, lo and behold, the tariffs that that country had on the United States are cut in half, or they come to some sort of agreement. It's the same thing when you hear these articles. Oh my God, the poor federal workers, they're just so
I'm just making points, but I understand your
we
point.
need to
We should
protect
have
them.
this always.
When you see
You don't
articles
travel
like
somewhere
that,
to live
what I would suggest is wait it out 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That would be my suggestion.
Well, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah.
These like everyone's complaining or screaming about the federal employee cut. As someone who unfortunately had a closer run with the government, they weren't efficient when they looked good. Like during Obama's era, I can tell you, they were completely not knowing what they were doing in every regard. It was absolutely disgusting, and Bush's era was no different. So
yeah.
I'm agreeing with the bloat cutting. He's cutting off the pus. He's cutting off the gangrene limbs. Like that needs to happen to the government. I agree. My only concern is them reinstating certain things that we do need. We do need certain security officers, unfortunately. We do need little or some of those, we need some of those bureaucratic processes. Not most of them.
Absolutely.
Because that's what's, yeah,
like what?
That's my
let's wait, hold on. So Ricky, when we say these things in just passive recognition, can we maybe break them down? What exactly, what bureaucratic processes do we need?
Like we need a group of people that are able to administrate the, let's say, Social Security non-fund, right? We need people who are able to process those payments. And let's say they have 10,000 now, we probably need 2,000 of those people. But in the time being, you can't just cut all those 8,000 people. You have to do it slowly so that government doesn't grind to a halt. But just the act of doing it and looking into it.
So then why don't we look at the process?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
Adams,
again,
are you real quick? Are you what do you do for a living right now? Because
I really don't want to get into that. But
right,
I mean,
so
for me,
I'll just say from my perspective, right? I manage a bunch of project managers. You know, people that make close to $200,000 a year. They're well seasoned in their craft, and implementing processes is not easy, right? I can just go down and say, hey, you need to do this now, but it's not easy to kind of boil down the best process and then implement it to a large organization. So you're saying we need processes. I agree with you, but that's what the time is for. You can't get rid of 80% of the federal workforce. You got to get rid of 50. And
no, Ricky, I think that you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Go ahead. Can anybody else hear him?
Yeah, I can't hear
Nuances and multiple.
Wait, start over. Yeah, you got like 20 seconds where you were.
I'm just making some points.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Now we hear you. Yep.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, you guys can move on. Sorry.
Points, but I understand your point. We should have us always. If you don't travel in summer, look.
How's everyone else doing? We have a bunch of good people in here tonight. Who is Shane?
Okay,
Shane,
we're in a
can you
big
go off mic?
I'm calling someone who can travel the world with me, not through YouTube. There's a line with my medicine path, which is of no interest to you. So I'm wishing you lots of joy to align with someone that will give you what you're looking for.
So, did anybody on stage want to take on the title of the room? While we wait for Adams to get back. I don't know if anybody wants to speak on.
Understand your point,
Has Trump kept his word so far?
Promises made, promises kept.
I believe.
You're pretty happy. You're pretty happy.
me. It's so lame. So fucking lame.
I think you should focus on
All right.
what you call it,
I
bootleg.
don't travel the world with it, but
You know, I just feel like you feel hurt a little bit. Not hurt. I'm not trying to troll you with the hurt thing. Something makes me feel bad. Like your friendship is a little damaged. Is there anything I can do?
They need to go to a private room and talk.
All right.
Imani, I thought it was cool. What are you doing there?
I'm just playing.
What are you doing?
Yo, I think it's a maturity thing. Like, you know, it's gay men on this app. I hate that I'm comparing myself to a gay man, but it is what it is. It's gay men on this app.
Sorry. My bad.
I know you find that funny. It's not supposed to be that funny, but it's gay men on this app that, you know, talk about the activities that they get into, and a nigga disown you off the strength. Feel what I'm saying? So I understand if a nigga disown me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm honest about who I am. You don't like what I am, then move around. It be what it be. But yeah, that's
I
really
like that ish word. Yeah.
That's really it. I'm low key
Some people
forgetting.
they gotta mature and shit. So fuck it. All right. Now, Chris, why are you back on the stage?
Oh man, I'm just chilling and laughing. I'm chilling and laughing and drinking and yeah.
That nigga tried to change his picture.
I'll change the motherfucker 10 more times. What you mean? I'll change the motherfucker 10 more times. You want to see me snowboard? Wait, what you want? Because I'll be outside, bro. I don't got a problem building muscle or sustaining a workout.
Well, there's one nigga that you're better than, I guess.
But do you premature ejaculate?
Hey, what look? And I can hold on for 11 minutes. That's your PR. What they talking about?
And that nigga said that shit like that's a flex.
I said,
I'm just talking shit, bro. Because no matter what I say, T finna try to goddamn railroad my motherfucking ass.
Oh no,
So I'm not even finna go through that.
11 minutes? That's perfect. You got 2 hours, player.
Why are you
2 hours? Hey, who said it? This a race.
Kundalini chakras.
This a race and I won, bitch. You better get to the finish line first, because I'm getting there.
Do not come.
I'm definitely not fat, dog.
Yo, that's crazy that we're looking at you.
Your ass will breathe hard as hell. I mean, it's in it. Damn, nigga, 5 words, like 60 minutes running.
I'm definitely not fat, bro. I do too much to be fat. I move around too much to be fat.
Nigga, fat people still move around. Just consume too much.
Fat people don't do. I live an active lifestyle, so I can't be fat.
What's up, Bishop? And now subscribe.
Yeah, I just came to make fun of Mackendall. Mackendall don't look like that. He's a brother, and you know Mackendall loves the debate, but he don't create. He just masturbate.
Wash your hands, Ish.
Yeah, I keep trying to get Ish to create a show, you know, and record himself and become an influencer. But, you know, he just likes to hang out. He's just like a guy on the block selling Gucci flip-flop.
Creating and masturbating.
You gotta fix your mic, Hollow.
Oh, Heavy, we need you up here for this topic. Duh. Look at Heavy. This is the first time Heavy just want to sit in the goo. He just keep dropping himself to the stage. Hello, I just want to ask you the question in the title. You don't want to answer it.
You gotta have at least an average dick. I mean, it's a standard.
You gotta, because they're saying they're giving us, your productions tell us the sound is off. So
I don't give a fuck what they saying. They don't like talking about dick.
Dick.
No.
Dick. So just
dick.
Yo, for a room that's bothering me so much, or for a room that's
My
bothering
mic
you.
better now, you dicks.
You should leave.
Yeah, you good, Harlow.
What's wrong, Ish? What did you say?
No, I was saying for a room that's bothering you so much, you should leave.
Me?
X Dog know who I'm talking to. Any second you hear it, damn, what the fuck? It's a lot of weird energy to you in this room, so you should just go.
Man, go drink some ayahuasca.
All right, so check this out. You're talking to Bootlegger.
Oh, you talking to me? What are you talking about?
He talking to
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm talking about Bootlegger.
Damn, that's crazy. I think I kind of expressed it.
Fuck. Phone died.
The Jews are Pharisees. That's literally
that's what I just said. Thank you.
their entire vibe.
Say hello to Wisdom.
Yeah, they wear those fucking hats like in the Mel Gibson fucking movie that was so good.
Apocalypto. Oh,
That's
shit.
a different movie.
I just watched Apocalypto. I just rewatched Apocalypto.
Oh, it's so good. It's one of my favorite movies.
And I was like,
Really? It's so gay. I don't care about the
It was a little
gay.
bones like snap.
Knowledge, because the Rockefellers wanted to create a nation of workers, not thinkers.
Exactly. And don't you see, like, now they attack Haiti more than any other country, right? And going on that thing too, my great grandmother, well, my dad told me that my great grandmother used to do, I don't even know if I should say it, but like little magic stuff. Like, he always said, like, sometimes, like, you know, he was a troublemaker, and then he lived with my great grandmother, with his grandmother and his brothers, and he would always like do stuff to, like, always do stuff like steal money and stuff like that, and she would always know it's him. But one time
Every bitch is looking for an itch. She wants something free like a vacation to Paris.
I'm clear.
So what if I didn't need an apology?
So how is
It's not about what you need, nigga. You better not need a fucking apology. Like, what? You grown.
Nah, that's what I want. If you feel like you're so sorry, I just want to know. I just want to know, what about what I said? Cause the nigga came out, he demonized me. He basically said, "Yo, you weird. You're not the nigga that I once knew." But he ain't really explained what about what I said that left him so disturbed. That's really what I want to know. Fuck the apology. Like, what is it that bothered you so much? That's
okay. So this is not a general question. You are directly asking me. Like, that's what I thought. So, like, you know.
Nah. Earlier, I didn't.
Do you get why I think it's? Look, just think about this going on right now. It went from I'm talking generally to directly. Do you see why I feel like shit is weird? You see, bro.
So we rewatched it. Well, I rewatched it. She watched it for the first time, but it was a pretty good movie.
I remember seeing that film, but not. I mean, some of the bits you mentioned, I remember, but some of it I don't. It's been a while.
I thought it was funny how at the very end, like the Spaniards showed up, like in their ships. Spoiler alert, everyone. Sorry, but at the very end, it was like the Spaniards showed up, and they were. I mean, the statute of limitations is up. Okay, this is.
Well, I mean, and also
over a decade ago.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man. It was an amazing end to the movie, because it was
I just thought it was funny because, like, the Spaniards showed up and they're like supposed to be the persecutors, but also at the same time it's like when the Spaniards showed up, these guys were literally running to the shore like, help me, they're trying to eat me. You know? Hey, these guys are trying to eat me, help me.
It just multiplied the problem by 2. That's all, like when I saw that, like at the end, I was like, oh my god, because the whole movie was so intense. And
I think that's how they made their first like.
And it was such a like triumph that the guy like escaped, and then they were just like, okay, now the Spaniards are coming, and it's mind blowing. You're like, whoa, and then the movie ended.
But I think that's how they made their first allies when they showed up, though. Like, they literally showed up and people were running to the shore like, hey, these guys behind us are trying to eat us. Could you help us, please?
Yeah, and who would have thought fucking 600 years later people are going to be, like, making landing
complaining about it. Everybody would be complaining about it. Hey, we showed up and helped these guys, helped you not get eaten by these guys. Now everybody wants to complain about it.
Mel Gibson's movies all of them are good, man. The Passion Price fucking is, I gotta watch that too. That's, again, that one is intense. You know, Braveheart's obviously great. Mad Max, you know, both.
Yeah.
All 3 of the Mad Max are really good.
They're really good.
A Road Warrior, you know, like when he's younger. I don't know, man. The comedies, I rewatch as well because they're not that bad.
Lethal Weapon, The Patriot, Hacksaw Ridge.
Badass, yeah.
All because of a voicemail.
I know.
What did he say? Some voicemail he left to his daughter or something like that?
Thought it was because he got pulled over by a police officer for drink driving and went on a rant or something. Is that what happened?
There was some voicemail that he left with his daughter's voicemail saying she R-worded by a pack of N-words because of how she was acting or dressing.
Retarded? By a pack of narwhals?
She's getting retarded.
Sorry,
Things goes well on the first street, but
Braveheart and Patriot, those were best. Lethal Weapons 1 through 7 too. We're soldiers.
Shit.
Randy, have you seen any of these films?
Which I'm reading something, so I didn't really. You're talking about the Mel Gibson?
Yeah, have you seen any of his films? Like Braveheart or... Oh, you have? Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, I've been all of them. I like Mel Gibson.
I do too. I think he's really...
I actually somehow never saw any of the Mad Max movies after the first one.
Say hello to Nat.
You like him because he's an anti-Semite.
Wait a minute. No, but Mel Gibson knows his breath. He actually does have good movies.
What do you think about the Jesus movie? You think it's accurate?
Yeah.
Do you think it's accurate?
I'm asking the rabbi there.
I do believe it's accurate.
What makes it so accurate?
The accuracy in it.
I know, but how do you know it's accurate?
It feels accurate.
It feels that way, but do you really think the Roman soldiers acted that way?
You said it.
Apparently, it's very accurate.
No, they probably acted Jewier than that.
They're commanded to.
They were talking to him like, sorry guy, they told us to do it. The guys with the big noses.
So the Romans literally.
The Romans were like, the guys with the big noses over there, they look very upset. I gotta do this.
The Romans literally looked down on the Jews. I mean, they didn't treat them well.
Potiphar said, hold on. What's his name said he didn't want to.
Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate said he didn't want to do this, but all these guys are very upset. The guys with the big
but in general, the Romans didn't treat Jews well in general, and also they got the decree from Pontius Pilate to do it, of course. So I don't see why that's so accurate.
They were like, I would have let you go, but the guys over here with the big noses said they wanted the robber to go free instead. They wanted you to.
And this is also the intro to Wisdom Host Retards on Clubhouse, edition number 5, trying to figure out religious ideology. Welcome, everyone, again, to Wisdom's retarded house of horrors.
I agree. It's becoming pathetic. Listen to what this chick wrote me. I just took her out on a date, and she didn't want to give me her number. So she wrote, I wrote, "Sweet dreams. I had a great time. I'd love to see you again." She wrote, thank you for a wonderful time and for being a gentleman. I appreciate it. I think you're very sweet and caring. I've gathered that we're in a bit of different stages in our lives, and I'm calling in someone who can travel the world with me, not through YouTube, and is aligned with my medicine path, which is at no interest to you. So I'm wishing you lots of joy and to align. She does ayahuasca. I'm wishing you lots of joy and to align with someone that will give you what you're looking for. I wrote, have fun traveling the world. I said, I'm just making points, but I understand your point. Wish you the best always. If you don't travel in the summer, would love to invite you to my boat in Montrose Harbor. It's very peaceful. But she does ayahuasca. Like, how many fucking times do you gotta do ayahuasca till it becomes a health problem? Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
No one who brags that they needed ayahuasca should be, entered into your life.
I started doing ayahuasca, and I'm just gonna, I think, keep doing it for a while now.
Yeah, it's like, I can understand if it's a business and you're trying to get people to go on, guided vacation trips or whatever the fuck, but it's like, if you think ayahuasca is gonna solve all the problems in the world, or even solve your problems, maybe you need more ayahuasca. But we all know that that's not true.
You can't be negotiating. You can't be like a courting. It's not part of the courting ritual. How do I get this person to couple with me? I don't tell them that. Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Are you trying to kill me or something? What? The fact that she also wants me to travel the world with her is annoying. It's like, bitch, I live in Chicago, you live in Chicago. Do you want me to just start spending all the money to go travel the world with you? No, I'm good. Fucking let's fuck first before I even drop a dime on you.
Imagine that you're trying to you really like a girl, and then you concoct an idea to tell her about your intense ayahuasca experience that transformed you. That's fucking, she's gonna run away so fast.
This girl she says she's a liberal on her profile, and she believes in indigenous rights and environmental rights.
She sounds like it.
Yeah, she was a very nice person. She's hot. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but
Yeah, but that's gonna.
Elaborate. What is indigenous rights? What is that?
Before I went out on the date, she went to Guatemala for 9 days with some guy. Didn't fuck him, and then she said it was super low vibration, and I had to cleanse him from me.
Everyone had a story of one of their
red flags everywhere, dude.
Oh, there's a lot of red flags.
This is a chick who would lead you on for 20 years, telling you maybe one day you'll have kids.
It's so horrible.
She has dreads.
And then at 60 you think that she's gonna. At 60 she thinks she's gonna have her frozen eggs put in her.
This is her. This is check my PTR. This is her from her dating profile.
Okay,
Yeah, she's tripping people out on ayahuasca, playing Native American, beat drums, doing sacred chants.
This was her profile before you went on your date?
This is on her dating profile.
Oh, no. You made a mistake, sir.
Well, we had a good time. We went to Al Capone's speakeasy. It's called the Green Mill. And this was the most...
After 20 minutes of conversation, you exhausted her.
No, we chatted for like an hour and a half. And she was going into like Christ consciousness, duality. Actually, I'm pretty sure I live streamed it, so it should be on this profile, actually.
You're a fucking dirty dog.
Yeah, go to subscribe. Well, wait a minute. Did I?
That's fucking
Is it on this
dirtbag,
profile?
man. But I
Yeah, but fuck it. I just spent $100 on the date. At least I can get some content.
Dude. I'm with you, man.
Fuck these bitches. They're fucking obnoxious. It's like, she's talking to 300 people on her Bumble all around the world trying to get free fucking vacation trips. Like, fuck you. Like, you're just another fucking hoe.
Is there a hierarchy? And then is there a hierarchy with you, or do you just like throw everyone under the bus? Like, what? Do you have a hierarchy, or you just whatever? Just it's convenient. That's probably the biggest question.
Well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I respect this. I respect this woman. She's different.
I think he's asking if there was like any sort of like selection criteria before you decided to live stream, or if you were
pretty much, or do you just everything is just like let's go.
Just depends. Like, I mean, live streaming somebody like at the dinner table, it's just like Clubhouse. It's just another stupid conversation. It's like, what's the big deal? It's if you're gonna get pissed off, but she's not gonna know I live stream the convo. I mean, I think it's under my U profile. Let me see what I titled it. I called it. No, maybe I lost it. Maybe it didn't hit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm just saying she was hot, so it's like, I'm sitting there having a drink with her and like giving her a back massage and cuddling with her and grabbing her nice fat ass, but apparently because I don't want to travel the world with her and drop all my money, paying for her vacations, like I'm not getting laid, I guess.
Nope. Dude, I'm so glad I'm not dating. Sounds like it sucks these days.
Well, I mean, you don't have to date. All you have to do is clap some ass.
This one.
Yeah, is a fat ass, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Clapping ass.
This Jewish chick that I know, like she actually she's a successful woman, but she actually confirmed that like she will fuck for money. Like she actually confirmed it with me.
What the hell?
Yeah, she's like, I will fuck for like a $20,000 handbag, $15,000. I'm like, really?
Yeah, the majority of them will do that, especially in corporate America.
Jesus Christ.
They're prostitutes. Like they will fuck a guy who's hideous for a $15,000 bag. It's like, what?
Who are we talking about?
Just bitches in general, really.
No, it's bitches. From where? What are their names?
The Western world. Say the Western world.
Let's go say 20 to like say 45.
Where do they start?
What I don't understand is how does a man tell a woman like, hey, I want to smash, but like I know you're not into it.
A lot of people don't talk about like the taboo shit. A lot of people know for a fact that girls from the jump, like in high school, start fucking older dudes. Like, let's just stop the bullshit. When I was in high school, I knew hella girls that were fucking dudes that were in college and shit like that. You're just like, what the fuck? So thank you. Like, let's stop, right? Let's stop pretending, right? So like I started to break down the women's psyche like as a young kid, right? And I was like, dude, these modern women are just on some dumb shit. This is just some nasty dumb shit. And then I'm 29 now, and you look up and you see shit like the Jalen Green situation, where this bitch is like literally like close to my mom's age, dating a dude that's like younger than me, that's the same age as her son. She's fucking her. She got pregnant by a nigga that's the same age as her son. That's weird as fuck, bro.
We don't like to say nigga. We don't like that.
Oh, it's a universal term.
We don't.
No, the problem is the females raise the males, and that needs to change. So when the males raise the males, then it's like that's the
but the problem
reinstantiation of something amazing. That's what I'm doing.
When the males raise the males, then the girls will be in check. But if the girls are in check, you won't get ass to clam. So you'll all be bitching. No, leave it as it is.
Disagree.
So why do you want to limit? There's a lot of incels.
Mothers.
Why do you?
It's easy to like. If you're just out here trying to like smash bitches right now, it's so easy. Like it's too easy right now. But like if you're out here trying to find a wife, it's like damn near impossible. If you're trying to
But man, you can get your wife from abroad. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of incels.
I did.
Even though it's easy, there's a lot of incels. And what you're trying to do is limit the supply of ass.
Yeah. Well, now people talk about the incel. People talk about the incel a lot, but a lot of people don't talk about the rising phenomenon of the femcel. Like women are totally crashing out right now. The femcel is definitely a real thing.
Yeah, that's because women want men, and men can't be fat.
Yeah.
It's like cascade failure, man.
It's like a
masculinity has gone away.
It's like a manifold. It's like the ultimate manifold mindfuck. They want to make men women. They want to make women men. They want women to complain that men aren't masculine enough. They want the men to complain that the women aren't feminine enough. It's so fucking weird, dude. What about this?
That's right. So in the end of the day, what's the point of having a big dick if it doesn't function?
What about the abortion thing too?
Yeah, that's crazy like that.
Don't forget the vax. All these bitches are vax now. You ain't gonna have no baby with a vax, bitch. Triple boosted, double vax.
Yeah, you ain't having no baby with no vax, bitch. That's crazy.
But I was a nurse. I was a teacher. They made me do it.
Then if that's the case, you just eliminated 95% of the woman.
Yeah.
From the pool.
Maybe Poland is the answer to every man's problem.
Yeah.
So then the question is,
I think.
Then the question is, are there enough Polish women for every man?
There's not. But if you are Polish, you can get your Polish citizenship. I think if your grandfather was Polish, then you can still get your Polish citizenship.
Poland is the solution.
Can you just make it up? Since Polish people are Polish, can you just say, yeah, I'm Polish?
You have to have like documentation. You have to have your grandfather's birth certificate and shit like that. And you have to hire you pretty much have to hire a lawyer over there, send them like your grandfather's birth certificate and all that shit. Have them do all the paperwork for you because all the paperwork.
You just walk in with a Speedo.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that too. Get him a plate in a Speedo.
And a fat belly. And just like shiny forehead.
Be like, I'm obviously Polish. Let me in on your phone. They put down their water hoses. They're like, we'll let him in.
Behind the desk and be like,
oh, no.
Yeah, this guy's Polish. I'll just record it down. This will be his new fucking stamp. There you go. I go, obviously.
Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to give you
I wouldn't even have to go through court. It's so obvious. It's like, yep.
I can tell through your Speedo that you're circumcised, so you come in.
Fat too, but fat, like skinny fat. I think that's what they call it. Like not really fat,
skinny fat.
Like they got like their fucking belly sticking out, but they're like their legs are tight, their belly's tight and everything, but they're just big and weird.
In a weird way.
I don't know. The one amazing thing about life is like when you get rejected by a bitch and you go to the gym and you see more bitches or some other hot bitch messages you, you're like, oh, what was I even emotionally upset about? Like, did I really just get rejected? No, nobody gets rejected in the now because there's an infinite supply of bitches in the now.
Right. Well, I think the trick is you have to. You pretty much these days, if you didn't get with your high school sweetheart, you're fucked.
I think you need to be over 5'8" for a man, and then the world might open up.
Possibly, yeah. That could do it.
spectrum, and then like I don't know, it doesn't actually cap off at any height, but maybe it's
but if you're Napoleon, if you're 5'4", 5'2", and you've got and you're Joe Pesci, like you're gonna get laid.
You can't tell your story then.
If you have the money.
Yeah, obviously that's the whole thing. It really is money.
If you have Joe Pesci money, you'll be fine.
If you have
Get on your fucking knees and suck that fucking knob, bitch.
Joe Pesci Riz.
You motherfucker!
You think I'm funny? Like I'm a clown? Like you can make fun of me? I'll fucking kill you. Yeah, how you like that now, fucker? Just smashing him in the head.
Yeah, fucker. I'm looking up Joe Pesci's net worth right now.
$82 million.
I'm seeing
50 million? My friend used to caddy for him in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's a real Jew, isn't he?
No, he's Italian. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I meant a real Italiano.
But yeah, I mean, Marty Scorsese, Joey Pesci, they're all Jewish, technically. Making it in the pictures
He was little and
business.
squeaky. He was squeaky and little, so I just thought he was Jewish. Yeah, fuck.
You know, like if you're a woman and you have a kid out of wedlock, or you just dump the guy, you know, then you go back on the dating apps and you're like looking for a new guy. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking?
I don't. Are they really fucked? Because I feel like enough guys are. I think guys are. But guys are cucked enough now.
Okay, raising a child is the most. I'll let you go on it first. Sorry.
No, sorry. You go ahead.
I was just saying, bringing up a child is the most resource demanding endeavor. But there's two different styles. You know, in the racist biology literature, R versus K selection. Do you just have a lot of kids and invest nothing in them, or do you have like less kids and invest everything in them? You know, I'll leave it up to everyone who is allowing me to ramble to decide which is the better strategy. But that's what it's about.
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like most guys are cucked enough now. They would just raise like somebody else's kid with some.
Sasha, you knew or you left me.
But do you really think, like, what is the actual statistics of you know, men picking up the responsibility of somebody else's child? Like, I'd say it's probably lower than, you know, you
very,
think.
very low. Very low.
You think so?
It's pretty high, actually.
Fuck yeah.
Very
no,
low.
Don't take Ryan's advice.
high.
What the fuck does he know?
If you knew or you didn't know.
It's pretty high.
If you knew or you didn't know, that's the difference.
If you're like in your.
Oh, if you knew, it's great. Great. We would hope it should be high. But if you didn't know.
Just imagine meeting.
You know it's higher. What the fuck?
Imagine meeting the father for the first time, and he's like, "Hey, thanks for like taking care of my kid and everything. You're doing a great job, man."
And what if you're really attracted to him and you wanted to fuck him?
What?
Always.
Now what do you do?
It's one big happy family of fucking, I guess.
Exactly.
We're gonna make another baby. The second baby, nobody's gonna know whose baby it is, because both guys are gonna come in that bitch.
And then maybe he'd like it too. It'd be really weird.
Hell yeah, I would. Which one of you is going first?
Ryan, first.
Are you saying you're a single dad?
I'm a single mom.
Hey, sister.
Hey, sis.
Yeah. What up, sis? What a date? That's what we're talking about.
Ryan.
How was your date?
Ryan, you won't believe what this bitch wrote me. She wrote, I've gathered that we're in a bit of different stages in our lives, and I'm calling in someone who can travel the world with me, not through YouTube, and is aligned with my medicine path, which is at no interest to you. So I'm wishing you lots of joy and to align with someone that will give you what you are looking for, which is your pussy, bitch. I mean, what did you think I'm interested in? Like your ayahuasca addiction?
Oh, she's an ayahuasca healer? Well.
Yeah. As soon as I told her I've never done ayahuasca, her eyes lit up and she was like, "Do you want to try ayahuasca?"
Why don't you try it with her and then give her a really bad trip?
I told her.
You could do that.
I told her, I was like, smoking weed, drinking red wine, drinking coffee, like.
You could do it with her. You could do it with her, and then you could invoke. You could, if you have integrated all your shit, you could just. I don't know. It could be really an interesting experiment.
You'd have ayahuasca sex.
Oh, she's an ayahuasca prostitute. I didn't realize.
You ever had sex on ayahuasca? She'd be like, oh,
no. I'm sure she would have been like, yeah, maybe she would have said no because she wanted to lure me in.
She'd be like, I've actually had ayahuasca sex like 20 times, okay?
But so when you're riding or something, you get nauseous and you just puke all over the guy's face? That's like part of the trip?
Hey, baby boy.
Maybe I can save this somehow. Should I text her back and be like, all right, I spoke to my friends. They tell me I should try ayahuasca and do it with you while we have sex.
They told me I should have ayahuasca sex.
But only to resolve your most negative emotions. So she's going to help you with that. And she'd be a conduit.
Yeah. They didn't mean it in a carnal way. They thought it would be healing for my childhood.
All the pent up, the masculine energy that is just residing in the subconscious in the shadows is just going to be released.
Is that when I pay off? Is that when I pay off my $15,000 credit card from her European vacation?
Yes. So she can't complain.
Get rid of your toxic ayahuasca horniness.
It's amazing that any bitch would think that I would just pop thousands of dollars on a meaningless vacation with somebody who's not even into me, when I would much rather use that money on everything else in my life, including doing all those fun things, with somebody that's actually into you.
That's a red flag. So she was trying to get you to take her on some European vacation or something?
She loves to travel. So what that means is I want you to pay for my traveling.
I know we're going to Europe. There was a story in my friends group. One guy was promised to take the girl to some European country. I can't remember the details, but the agreement was you are going to fuck me when I take you to Europe, and I'm paying for everything. And he did that, and she didn't fuck him, and it was it was the agreement, it was the fucking, and then went on the trip to Europe and stuff. And that's not cheap, and he still wasn't. I don't know. He should just fucking exacted his payment somehow.
Well, after probably this third night, that's when I would have bailed on her and literally ghosted her in the middle of Europe and be like, bitch. No, I would have just gone on with my trip and fucking had a great time and just abandoned her. I mean, if she's literally not gonna fuck you, bitch, you're on your own now. Take care and good luck.
Welcome to the Cuts of Clubhouse, hosted by Edmund.
I took this chick to Washington, D.C.
Abandoned in France.
I was seeing this chick in Chicago, this really hot Serbian, and I banged her in Chicago, and I was like, okay, I'm in love. I want you to come with me on my work trip to Washington, D.C. So I bring her to Washington, D.C., and she won't even touch me. And I'm like, what happened? So I'm meeting with all these coworkers and other people.
Sizing up other dicks.
And I'm like, yeah, I brought this bitch. I'm like, I thought we were going to have a romantic week, and now she's being a total bitch. And they're like, yeah, that's women. What do you want us to tell? They're laughing at me. I'm like, fuck.
They just steal. They actually just steal.
Yeah, this one was, I don't know. It's hard to find just a good, loving woman nowadays. Everybody's like Ryan and shit.
Everyone in their family has a fucking story about some evil woman that just fucking rips everyone off. Okay, I've got three instances of it in my direct and indirect family. Everyone fucking knows.
You want to call my mom right now?
Code of ethics that they don't have. That they're fucking more insect than like social.
It's
They're
spider mothers. I think it's technically spider mothers. They lay.
I don't fucking know. However, the feminine is fucking so powerful too. You know, I can't deny that. It's just upsetting when it gets maligned.
Listen, now, Ryan will treat you right. I'm sure.
No, he's got lockjaw already. His jaw's been all used up.
Oh, damn.
You didn't know that Ryan has jaw damage from sucking dick? I mean, that's an intense addiction.
I didn't know.
Literally, addiction.
We all know what the root word is.
Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of alcohol, so it's not going to work.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, look at Soren down there. I mean, he comes on here and argues with Jews and spreads, hate and propaganda all day long.
Screw the Jews. I can't even track them anymore.
Soren, get up here.
Soren, have you ever had your heart broken by a woman? The world wants to know.
Get up here, Soren. Let's talk about the Jews.
Were you dating some bitch who was like, Soren, I am divorcing you because you are on the clown house thing all day. You're always arguing with the Jews, and I can't be married to a man who won't work a job. And you've got to get out of the house, Soren. You got to leave. We're separated now. I don't want to.
You sound like he's married. Is he married to the female Jordan Peterson? Soren, you gotta clean your room. Soren.
Most people don't understand the differences between duality and non-duality. There were so many trans men at this Al Capone bar here in Chicago tonight. It was like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like 60-year-old men dressed up with full makeup, dresses, wigs. Just the sickest thing you've ever seen, but also the most funny, entertaining thing you've ever seen. For a second.
Damn. For a second. It was entertaining for a second, and then I realized.
It's bizarre when you see them.
Yeah. They got powder makeup faces on. It's like, what the fuck, ladies?
They don't even the men that don't even try and act feminine. They're just dressed in it, and they're like they're pouring a pint or something. Like,
hey, you want a drink?
That's the weirdest instantiation.
It's like they'll be nice to you at the bar, and if you make friends with them, they'll invite you over for a barbecue, murder you in their basement or something.
Probably.
You thought this barbecue was free? The gimp goes in the box.
No real person could be a friend with something like that, right? That just...
No, I think you can, because Clubhouse proves you can be friends with insane, crazy trans people because they're entertaining from a distance. That's why I say I don't want to come to your house and die, but I will communicate with you through my cell phone if I can film it and get some content. I mean, because technically they're one step away from being John Wayne Gacy, right?
That's a stretch. I almost got a piece of his artwork, but it was too rich for my blood. I didn't have enough money, but I wanted to buy it.
What was it, painted in gay men blood or something?
No, it was just a little squiggle, a little. I don't know. The chain of custody would have been hard to adjudicate.
That's the most schizophrenic art purchase I've ever heard.
No, it was in Chicago, and I was.
It's a squiggle.
Visiting my Clubhouse friends. They really went to the Chicago place where they had the John Wayne Gacy artwork that I don't know if it was real or not, but it was a little bit out of my price range. But it was actually not even for sale. But in my head, it was worth several $100, and I would like to pick that up. I don't know what I would do with it. I don't even think I'd present it on my wall because the juju would be so bad, but I could maybe fashion a box and put it in a box. And then...
Why would you want to own artwork from a horrific, disgusting serial murderer? What would be the joy in that?
It could just be some treasure you had to show people or your kids or to remind yourself.
and you just have a piece of it.
Wow. Sasha, don't quit your day job. You're not a very good art appraiser.
Okay.
You're like, fuck you, bitch. That John Wayne Gacy squiggle sold for $300 million at Sotheby's, bitch.
Okay. Edmund. I don't know. It's a fantasy, man. Like.
I know, that's why I said it's like a schizophrenic art appraisal.
Tell us about your fan. Like, would that be cool if you had like a little piece of crazy
of Gacy's artwork? No, I got Basquiat's. That's crazy enough. The fact that I have all this black homeless person, the artwork, and my shit that his paintings have sold for fortunes. Sits on the walls. That's the great thing about art. You ain't got to organize it once you hang it. Hang it and forget it.
Okay.
It's like living in Dixieland. Hang it and forget it, boys. Didn't get the joke.
But why not have a little letter-sized squiggle by Gacy? Why not?
One time, I went to the mall and like, as I was walking to the mall, I'm in the parking lot and I find like a garbage bag, like a grocery store bag full of like dirty porn mags. So I'm like, score! So I take that shit home.
How old were you? Like 13 or like 15?
Oof, I don't know. Maybe like 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade. I'm not sure.
Perfect. That's amazing.
Yes. So
tell us more.
So I put it like in my dresser with all my baseball cards, you know, thinking it's like secure away from, you know, my father. And I go to my dad's girlfriend's house for Christmas in Maine. I get a call from my father and he says, "John, we're gonna have to talk about all this sexual material you hid in your in your dresser." And I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." I was like, "Oh no." It just like left me like it was like somebody punched me in the stomach and I was just like, I didn't even know. I was just like, I was literally like, not suicidal, but like, oh my God, like, oh my God. Just horrified, mortified. It's so stupid. Like,
you know, it's endearing that you had a family structure that cared enough about, you know, giving you a lesson about all that too.
There's no lesson though. Like, what does a dad tell his son? Like,
I'm saying what I'm trying to say is there is a gratitude that should be paid for the actually having families that are involved, like parents that actually even care enough to do an intervention, right or wrong. You know,
yeah.
This is beyond the your story.
Yeah, I mean,
having them there to be interested, in being like, hey, son, we've got to have discussion about it. Like even.
Yeah, but you're not a father, right?
It's folly.
You're not a father, right?
I am the father.
You have kids?
So.
I'm just making a point that, like, you know, for a father.
Do you not track personalities, Edmund?
I try my best.
Yeah, so I have several kids. I didn't think you were this plastic, actually. I thought you were.
I can't listen to. I can't. You know. Come on, Sasha. I can't listen to every conversation.
No, I think you're playing silly right now.
I'm not. I'm just making the point that, like, when you're a father and you got a kid, like, that's a special moment. Like, it's a cool thing to, you know, guide. But I'm just saying, for me, I was like, because the thing is, it's like I was on a trip, and it's like, now you just ruined my trip. It's like, wait till I get home to fucking troll me, you know? Spare me the dopamine that you just created. Like, wait till I get home so you don't, you know, make me feel fucking terrible.
Hey, Edmund, it's okay, dude. You don't need to externalize all your aggression over here, okay?
Well, this is free talk therapy. I mean, you know, thanks for listening. I'll send you the bill later.
Oh man, you want to talk about talk therapy?
Yeah.
And how it's a highly feminized branch of just retardation? Because that, you know, that's more interesting than us, like.
So wait, you're saying Clubhouse is retarded? I agree.
I think females
females, like this whole concept of talking to people to figure stuff out, it's so feminine, and like and females are great influencers, so they perpetuate this fallacy,
Mm-hmm.
and they prescribe it to a lot of their males, and they denude them in the process, and it's absolutely horrible. And I wish that more females understood the dichotomy that is man and woman. A little bit more intimately, if they got it, then like the world would be a better place. But we empowered them, the males, so we should reassert our stuff if required. But
well, psychoanalysis with Freud and all that shit, that was popular and like became its own religion in the 20s and 30s, etc. I went to a psychologist once.
It's so feminine, though, right? To talk to people about your problems.
It's not productive. That's what they've discovered, is that it doesn't actually help the individual. See, what you're doing is just creating dopamine. So like, where's the therapy in that? You're not actually changing your thinking. You're just talking. So shit out means shit in.
Look, it works for females. For males, they need to have instruction, or they need to be part of a pack that shows them a better directive and gives them upward mobility. It doesn't matter where we end, just the progression, just the little micro steps. But for females, they can talk and they can talk about their feelings, and that's really helpful for them.
Mm-hmm.
My thesis or hypothesis is that it does work for men, because men don't need talk to alleviate their anxiety or whatever, whatever the manifestation of anxiety would be in men is alleviated just by like doing something more than you did yesterday. Something small can be okay, and so that would work. And again, to reiterate, females maybe just need to complain about stuff, and then they're
therapized. They've been therapized.
Welcome to another edition of Retards. Edmund.
I love how you do the intros, but get it right. Low IQ dumb people talking about nothing, wasting time.
Including Edmund.
Yeah, I'm not above anybody or below. I'm an equal retard in this equation. I'm self-roasting here.
I mean, are you capable of self-deprecating?
Of course, I do self-deprecation all the time. I'm funny. That's what self-deprecation is.
I think it's one of the highest forms of comedy, actually.
Listen, I'm a bald asshole. Right. I'm bald. I'm a bald fucking schmuck. Okay, trust me. I love the self-deprecation. It's hilarious, But I also like roasting other people. That's It's fun because a lot of people on this app, they're going to waste your time, and they're honestly worthy of being roasted. Do you know who Honey Badger is?
I do not.
So he roasts theists, Christians. But I told him, I'm like, you should just do a show and you just roast theists and atheists. He's like, but I'm an atheist. I never roast atheists. I'm like, you should roast atheists. Like, it's the same show. You're just roasting people.
Is he just like a really assertive, high verbal fluency type of guy?
It's hard. It's like, he'll say, go ahead, tell me about Jesus. Go ahead, tell me about God. He's like, so this imaginary being is in communication with you. And like, he puts these people on these, he just asks, it's just like a show. It's just like, it's a roast, really. And it's funny because everybody who's talking is technically roasting.
Dude, in some of my older rooms, we had this little thing me and my buddies would like to do is tell us your story. And we have people come in and they fucking literally spill their guts. And then we just pick at them piece by piece, slowly, we just nibble at them so they didn't understand that we were fucking with them, and then after would tell half their story. These things would last like 10 minutes or more. Then they'd finally figure out that we were just fucking with them, but we didn't really give a shit about them telling us their story, and why would we? That was some fucking clubhouse magic we had back in the day. That I apologize. I know it's nostalgia, but whatever. I had to summon that.
I don't know. I don't get the feeling of nostalgia when I think about Clubhouse. Like there are times where it's like a packed house or like a full
It's 'cause
house.
you're a fucking weirdo and robot. You don't forge any friendships with people on Clubhouse.
I've gotten laid off of Clubhouse. I've had to dates off of Clubhouse, but like guys, I mean, keep that shit on Clubhouse.
You don't have people you really care about that you met through this thing, right?
If I knew they died or were in a horrific accident, I would definitely, have an emotional response. I'm not a fucking stoic robot. And people have died off of this app. I mean, you don't know what anybody is like on the back end of this thing. And if they sound like they're fucked up, they're probably fucked up. Physically.
I've met quite a few people and from Clubhouse, they're all I don't know, easy to
get along with.
Easy to get along with, yeah, man. Same thing as they are on Clubhouse.
Yeah. I'm easy to get along with, but people don't like me because I roast them. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't touched a human body, like a beautiful woman, in a while, and finally, like, you start touching a woman again, you're like, oh, I really miss this. It's nice to have a lover instead of, somebody who wants you to trip on ayahuasca, give you their credit card, and say, we're traveling the world. We're going to fulfill. See, how are you so spiritual, but yet you want to travel the world and, live in luxury? Like, isn't spirituality...
Why do you outdo them at their own game? I don't think that's evil. It could just be competitive.
See, if I was smart, I would have just said, oh, I definitely want to go traveling with you. Let's go to fucking Italy.
That. And you'd be like, I forgot the card. Oh my god, where's the card? You gotta use your card. And just wait it out like 17 hours. Like, I tried to call my mom. You talk on the phone like in the fucking Bangladeshi like airport. And just nod. Just make her spend all her money and wait her out.
I took this.
That would be like if you could capture that on video. That would be amazing.
I went to Israel with this girl, and for like many days I was paying for everything. And so we get outside the hotel, we call the Uber, and I'm like, actually, I've been paying for all of this. I was like, would you mind paying for this tonight? And she's like, no, if you're not paying for it, we're not going. I was like, oh wow. I was like, then fuck it, we're not going. I was just like so exhausted of paying for everything. I was like, and yeah, I just wanted to see if she would pay for anything, and she said, no, we're not going anywhere unless you're paying for it. I was like, cool, great, then we're not going anywhere. Have a good night.
Was she beautiful?
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman, Jewish chick. Okay,
so that's why she had that expectation.
She told me like a couple weeks ago that she wouldn't.
Can you imagine a fat little gnome saying that? Like it wouldn't work, right?
Yeah, it's so true, right? I mean, that's why beauty in Kabbalah is like one of the 10 infinity stones of God. You know,
dude, my family's blessed with it. I hope I didn't like curse everything. Like, my sister's beautiful. My children are beautiful. It's weird, and I don't want to
curse your DNA.
It sounds gross to talk about, but it's germane to the conversation. But it's also as a parent, when I'm offering my tutelage to my children, I never want them to use it. Like it's a weapon, you know, like, or it's a manipulation device. But they have to be aware of their power, and I don't know. It's a gift, but it's also it needs to be wielded with, like, it's horrible how everyone reacts with beauty. It's just like it melts everything. It's really unfair.
Yeah. I met this beautiful woman once at a trade show, like the most incredibly beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. It's just like, I can't believe how fucking nice you are, how funny you are, how beautiful you are. So this was like in an internet advertising trade show called Affiliate Summit or Ad Tech, and sure enough, there's this Jewish guy there who like works for Friend Finder or something. You know, pretty successful guy. He hits it off with her. He ends up having kids with her, and guess what? She still left him. She's that hot, you know. On the bigger and badder money and men. Kind of feel bad for the guy, but I also like think he's a schmuck. But that's life.
All the hottest girls that you know, from my whatever teenage fantasies, all ended up with dorks in my assessment. Yet they seem happy, and I'm happy.
Kelly Kapowski was the hottest thing.
That's my dysfunction, you know? It's not theirs.
What's your dysfunction?
Kelly Kapowski. You want to go on? You want to talk about
Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Tiffany Amber Thiessen's so fucking hot. To this day, she's still beautiful. But I even saw her on that show Radio with Joe Rogan, and I was like, damn, she was fucking hot then too. There's something about, like, I don't know. Maybe I gotta go to Poland, you know? Could be the answer. Just to, like, study Poland and go to Poland. It's like an untouched European society.
Oh, dude, they're the best, man. During COVID, I told my wife, I'm like, if this gets out of hand, we have to move to Poland. She's like, what? I don't want to move to Poland. I don't know anything about Poland. I was just completely prepared if, like, more civil liberties were deprived for most of Canada. I'm like, oh, we're fucking selling everything and we're going to Poland. And obviously we didn't do it, but the Polish are fucking...
Imagine, like, what happened on Greenland?
That's the word.
What happened on Greenland during the pandemic? Because, like, you know, I'm sure that the fucking imaginary virus didn't just float to Greenland and float to their little city of 30,000 people. And, you know, could you imagine, like, some Karen in society being like, everybody's got to mask up and we got to have social distancing and everybody's got to get vaxxed. And then somebody in Greenland is like, Karen, we live in the middle of nowhere on an island. Shut the fuck up and stop looking at the internet, bitch. You're all gonna die. I don't know. I'm still pissed about
the Zap. Hear that?
What are you doing? Drinking bong? Have you ever actually drinking bong water by accident? I have twice or 3 times.
I'm a grown ass adult, and I rediscovered the bong. It's amazing. I would like to make a confession, if I may.
Wait, isn't this the show you were talking about?
No, are you recording? Because you should. I'm making.
Yeah, I got 5-6 cameras going. Let's hear it.
Okay, let's go. So, that COVID was an exceptionally weird thing in Canada, at least where I was in Ontario. It was years. It felt like years, like 3 years. Anyways, so at some point in the middle of it, I just was like, "This is fucking nonsense. I'm not wearing my mask," and it was like 100% compliance, pretty much. So I was just, the odd guy out. And then I went to my local grocery store, and the lady was so scared of me, but also like ran up with like a mask. And I was like, "No, I refuse. You don't understand the rules, do you? You haven't read the bylaws?" And then she shook her head and she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, you should get acquainted." She's like, "You need the mask." And I'm like, "Why don't you just check me out?" And anyways, I made a big fucking stink. And that was an everyday occurrence. And I have to go to that grocery store every fucking day. Not every day. I go there often. And she's off. And she's there. And I don't know if she recognizes me. She probably does. Because people aren't idiots. And I don't know. This brainwashed lady, through the COVID thing, recognizes me, and then I'm just the guy that stood up to her tyranny, and that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I go there and I get vegetables and stuff. It's pretty close to my house. I don't know how to feel about that. She still wears a mask, by the way, which is really weird. I don't know what it looks like underneath there. It's like probably pockmarked from all the fucking CO2 recirculation and shit. She's fucking completely brainwashed.
I still see people in their cars with masks on.
She's been wearing it like every day at work, and I don't know. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but she's.
I feel like you know what a mask is today. It's like somebody that trolls you with a burqa, in the sense that there's no communication, so they've already like trolled you pre-communication with their physical garb. And I think it's like an initial one-up before any communication. So it's like they've already got the upper hand by presenting themselves in an obnoxious manner.
This one, I understand what you're saying, but this one's different. This one is like, there wasn't a lot of brain matter there to start with, and then it was like an infestation is buried right into her brain, and like it won't let go. It's sad too, because she looks like a nice lady from on the exterior. I don't mean pretty, but like she probably has other things in her life that make her good, except for this brain dysfunction. I don't know. I'm very harsh on the whole fucking COVID retard crew, which is like 90% of everybody, by the way.
Yeah, my dad, my mom, my sister, they all got vaxxed. And this business guy I know who brought me to this fucking app, who owns a pretty big business, he left. But anyways, he told me I should get Zav'd. Anybody it's like if you doubted the Zav and you were like, should I do it? And everybody was like, yeah, just do it. Just do it. No big deal. It's a little shot. Just fucking get it done with. It's like, thanks for that terrible advice.
Dude, I quit my job. I moved jobs. My one, I was working from home for like, I guess a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. Then all of a sudden they were like, hey, everybody's got to get vaccinated. Everybody's got to come into the office now. And also everybody, if you want to come into the office, you have to be vaccinated. I was like, okay, well, guess I'm fucking quitting.
It's so stupid. It's like it's just a piece of paper. So I don't understand why anybody even like didn't just fucking lie and be like, yeah, here's my fucking paperwork.
I was tempted to. I did on the principle of the thing though. I was like, for a second, I was tempted to get a free card or buy a homeless guy a sixer and give him my ID or something. Like I could have done that, but I was like, you know what? This is fucking retarded. I don't want these people to think that they can just do this. I'm gonna quit. Oh man, it was so fucking retarded.
Yeah, it was a horrible time because it really brought out the worst in people, and you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
really
for
hate
sure. My coworkers were all assholes about it. They were all like, "Oh, my freedom, blah blah." I was like, dude, if you think, if you, literally 6 months ago, you would have been complaining about this if it was Trump saying that you had. If you think that, politicians should be able to tell you, what you can get injected to your body, you're not even thinking about like, what if Trump was telling you what you could put in your body, right? Like, would you want Trump telling you you have to get something put in your body? Also, at the very end of 2020, like all these politicians were saying, I'm not going to get no Trump vaccine. And then as soon as Biden got elected, everybody was like, I'm going to get the vaccine. There's no continuity whatsoever as far as all that went. It's ridiculous. Sasha got the vaccine.
Welcome back to the next episode of Edmonds Retards Who Got or Did Not Get the Vaccine, coming to you straight from KMP 25.
Yeah, it was just the worst time. I mean, it's so stupid that there's no like actual back end to the vax. You know, where you could just print up your card and be like, yeah, I got it taken care of. I mean, my friend created me a fake card, and you know, it's just so fucking stupid. It's just like a test in intelligence.
Do we treat the people that got vaxxed with sympathy?
Yeah.
No. And now we're also supposed to be sympathetic for all the federal employees who are getting laid off right now. Fuck them.
Well, I'm a federal employee.
I wish I were a federal employee.
Okay, well, you shouldn't do that.
I haven't been to work in about 8 months. You want to see my last text message to my boss?
Okay, awesome. Extra fuck you, you piece of shit.
She wrote, "Hello, John. I hope all's well. You were scheduled to return to work yesterday. This was on October 31st. And I have not heard from you. Please return my call or respond to this text to let me know what the plan is." I wrote, "Good morning. I do not feel comfortable calling you, as you sexually harassed me in the past. You called me a whore in front of coworker Pam at Potbelly's during our April 24th site visit in Madison, Illinois. As previously mentioned, I am pursuing damages against the IRS and appealing the previous suspension and this return to work request to IRS, Human Capital Office, NTU, and my retained legal counsel have settled this complaint. Please no longer call or text me as I do not feel comfortable speaking with you any further. Best, John."
You're a fucking leech, man. I love it.
That's why he knows everything about.
Yeah, that's why Elon
He's an IRS agent.
That's why Elon Musk is.
That's why you're so
auditing
interested.
Crazy.
Life is crazy.
How many millions of dollars are we spending on people who are?
You're a worm, man.
I'm not a worm. What are you talking about? I actually saved the American taxpayer millions of dollars by not doing my fucking job.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you're in a peach that's overripe. It's okay, man.
Literally, I am like, what is it called? Like, what's it called when somebody is a conscientious objector? I was a conscientious objector of the IRS. It's like, here, spend millions of dollars. I'm like, bitch, just tell these fucking people to clean their fucking office. You know, like, you think spending millions of dollars is going to increase revenue over here? It's like, you're all fucking stupid. This is stupid. You're all stupid. Everybody's just in on the fucking hypnosis to get their salary, but nobody gives a fuck.
I gave myself an excuse for the last 5 years. It was I'm not useless. I'm just spending through my savings, and all this inflationary stuff. I'm just gonna spend instead of save, and that's all. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've been living like that.
You mean spending like a drunken pirate with no repercussions?
Yeah, just spending all my savings.
Well, that's stupid.
With all the inflation.
Well, that's retarded.
Not bad.
Listen, I took all my money out of the bank because I got sued by a lawyer and a judge, and they debanked me. and literally seized my money. And I'm like, I am now living.
That happened to our company, but personally, you got your stuff seized personally?
Yeah, by a judge and attorney for a garnishment.
Why you fuck up?
Because I bought a house that went into foreclosure. They petitioned and revived the debt, and now I work for these bitches.
External. You're blaming externalities.
It doesn't matter.
It could be like
I'm the king of my castle.
That went into foreclosure.
I need to hear more.
Yeah.
Why would the house do that?
I bought it in 2008 for $645 and sold at auction for $345.
And I, fill in the blank,
lost my life
Oh
savings.
my god, that's why you're so smart, because you were so goddamn retarded.
Pretty much. I wish I wasn't retarded and just smart.
When you get to that point, you are like...
Sorry.
Instead of trying to grow weed, you should just buy it wholesale and redistribute it. That's how stupid I was.
And teach your customers how to boof it.
Killer.
Boof!
Ryan, Edmund, you don't understand. Ryan's a killer.
Ryan is a killer? He's got lockjaw.
Yeah, that'll kill you.
He can't kill people when his jaw is, misaligned.
Lockjaw is a killer.
I just find it amazing that, I'll watch porn and I'll watch some hot chick, deep throat a cock and try to do it. But to just think of, another man, trying to deep throat another cock, it's like, what in the fuck are you thinking?
I don't think I could keep it erect.
I don't understand, I know women are complicated, but, to go and be gay is
This is predominantly a male market, and therefore it's from the imagination of men, pretty much. You know the answer, Edmund. Come on, stop fishing. These are poor fishing.
Listen, you're in the low IQ dumb people room talking about nothing wasting time. There's no topic off limits.
You know what I'm confused about? What is with all the sister stuff?
Because I have a sister. I have a sister, and one of her friends, I call her sister, and she calls me brother. So when I talk to the faggots on this app, I'm like, hi, sister. And they're like, hi, brother, or hi, sister. It just became a thing.
That's not true. My grandma calls her sister's sister. And I said I wanted to do that here, so I called Abby and Bussy sister, and I included...
Okay, first of all, there's no thing about the sisters. It's just another level of depravity in terms of the porn hierarchy or the whatever, the sexual whatever hierarchy. There's 1,000 fucking different categories. It becomes so retarded.
Dude, it's one of the biggest. It feels like it's one of the biggest categories now.
Pop art. It's very different.
Pop art, huh? This is your Andy Warhol movie.
It's one of the biggest categories now, though.
I don't want to do statistical analysis on what the fucking weight is, the weight is on all the 1,000 categories. Analysis. I don't want to even say I can help us with that. I don't want to know.
I can help you. I can help you with that, sis.
No, I will actively block myself. So some people in the last 20 years, people figured out oh, okay, you should exercise and we should eat food and stuff, but no one's figured out that we should maintain our.
We had to figure out to eat food.
Our mental hygiene. Mental hygiene is not a category.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna be very, very big. I would say in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
As a business.
50 years already.
I'm not going to monopolize on it, but it's the concept that no one's embodied. It's just So what I did, I turned all the notifications off on my phone, and I also deleted like WhatsApp and some other shit, and I did that like 7 years ago. And I'm like,
Elon Musk calls that cognitive security.
I'm not sucked into my phone, you know. I use it. It's like a fucking, it's a tool, you know. It doesn't. Do I use the phone or does the phone use me?
Yeah.
But you can. There's some. So mental hygiene is a part of the concept that I was just talking about. And one very easy thing you can do is just fucking turn off all notifications on all your devices.
I find myself when I don't have notifications checking to see if there is one.
Dopamine.
I know what I
Dopamine. It's Elon Musk calls it cognitive security, but yeah, essentially what comes through your ears if you don't actually practice abstinence or temperance or privacy.
The technical term is semen retention.
No, Sasha's saying that all communication is hypnosis, so you should limit the bullshit that you're subjected to having to listen to. I mean,
did I say all communication was hypnosis?
Yeah. What do you think all those fucking notifications are? Those are hypnosis notifiers.
Okay, that's fine. You clarified it. I can get on there with you.
No, Elon Musk calls it cognitive security, but the belief is that the ears are the canals to your temple or your brain. So protect your temple at all costs.
I figured out a new style of parenting, which is show them something better that is in the digital realm. It's very hard, and it actually requires a heavy hand. You can get them outdoors. I think you can show them something that's better than the electronic, but they still integrate with it.